Have you ever wanted to get into the property market, but you're just not sure how it's all done? I want to share with you something I learned many years ago at a property seminar, and I'll show you a concept of how the wealthy property investors make their money. It's all about capital growth and time. It's all going to take, all it's going to take is a deposit on your first house. So what I'm going to show you here today, and keep in mind this is just the concept, what we're going to do here and what I learned at that seminar is we're going to buy 4 houses. We're going to buy the first house and we're going to move into it. Sometime down the track we're going to buy 3 more houses. When we get to the 4th house, we're going to move out of house number 1 and we're going to move into house number 4. Now house number 4 is generally our dream house. That's the whole concept of how we're going to do it. So let's move on. At the end of the 4th, once we've bought our 4th house, at some point down the track we then pay off the first 3 houses, sell the first 3 houses I should say, and then the profit that we make from those 3 houses goes into paying off house number 4. And we're going to do that in a lot less than 30 years. Let me show you how. So in this scenario, we're going to stick to the same concept here. So it's going to be a $300,000 house. There's your percentage over 30 years. Don't worry too much about the date right now. There's your monthly repayments, and of course this is the house you're going to be living in. Now let's look over here. Generally they say, statistic wise, that a house in a popular area, so in a capital city, in a major town, that a property will double within 7 to 10 years roughly. So when I show you this concept, you'll get the idea as we go. So basically for a house to double in 7 to 10 years, we're going to use 10 years. We're looking at about a 7% growth per year, which can be done. There are plenty of houses around, particularly in Australia. RP data will give you all that sort of information. When you go to buy a house, you have all that information available to you. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to show you this concept. This is how the rich do it. Now, 10% deposit on our first house. So we're looking at about $30,000. You're going to need $10,000 for your legals. So we're looking at $40,000 each house we buy. But we only need to come up with that money once, and I'll show you how. I'll show you why. Now, we've bought this house. We're travelling along. We need $40,000 for our second house now, don't we? And of course with your 7% growth, you're looking at the equity in your house. So what we're doing here is we're looking for when our equity reaches $40,000 again, around $40,000. So we're looking here, here's the date we bought the house, that's today's date here, it's March 2016. So in November 2017, we'll have enough equity to buy the next house. So off we go to the bank again. We're now on our second house. Same concept. Here's the date. That's the date that we bought it. All the information's the same. And of course we've got to add that $40,000 equity back into the first house. So we've remortgaged the first house. So here's the concept here. Now remember, this is 2017. The value of the house, as we saw earlier, is around $340,000. So we've started this loan again. Now, we bide our time. We then follow the same concept for the third house. Second house travels along. When the equity reaches $40,000, we then remortgage the second house, as we've done here, which is now 2019. We bide our time again, and we do exactly the same concept for house number 4. This is the house we want to retire in. Same deal. It's now 2021. House number 1, 2 and 3 have just been bumbling along. The interest's been paid, the whole lot. And what we're going to do now is we've bought our house number 4 and we're going to bide our time where the amount we owe on house number 4 reaches the profitability of the houses if we sold them, house number 1, 2 and 3. So once we sell those houses and we pay off all the debt, we're left with profit. So once that profit reaches the same amount that we owe here, we then pay off all the debt. And we've done that in a very short amount of time. So let's have a look at the profit sheet. Now we've remortgaged house number 1 in 2017. the second house, 2019, the third house, 2021, and now we want to match the profit from the first three houses when we sell them to how much we owe on the fourth house. So we've worked out in September 2022, if we sell the first three houses, we should have $292,000 in profit. So let's go back to house number 4. We have $295,000 owing in 2022. So we sell the first three houses, square it up, pay off all the debt of the fourth house, and you've done all that in 6 years. I hope you enjoyed this.